today we're going to be talking with the good folks at Tigo, and talking about building a smart solar business with energy intelligence. So this is based on some work we did with Crest Consulting and Tigo around their energy intelligence system, and kind of helping bring that to market.
The focus of the service and the work that we're trying to do, obviously there's a ton of opportunity in the market, in particular in the States with the Inflation Reduction Act. More opportunity means more products. And what we try to figure out from a Mayfield's perspective, what is that fit? How to you rank the value propositions of your technology, but most importantly, getting it from your customers and your prospects, not just either from Tigo's team or Mayfield's team, but really getting out there and talking to people.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of what we're trying to do, the value we're trying to bring to that, as well as getting that voice of the industry into the conversation.
We're doing this for our customers, for the installers, and we said to ourselves, we're known as a hardware company, frankly, but we have a great software team, which we're going to hear about right now. And so how do we get the word out? Well, the answer was to engage with Ryan and Robert and their respective teams in order to develop this marketing campaign.
Wanted to talk through the EI, the Tigo Energy Intelligence platform. Really, as JD said, we've got 75,000 systems that we're monitoring. We take in about 40 billion data points a day. Now, those big numbers don't mean much unless we're able to do something with it. And the true value of that data is we're able to analyze things at a very high scale. And really, that allows us to achieve our goals. And what goals do we have for this software and our combined system? Well, the goals are, we want to maximize performance. We want to make sure that that customer's investment in that install is doing what it's supposed to do. We want to also advise the system owner on what's the best consumption mix. Perhaps you're overspending in your consumption here and you're underproducing here. Let's find out why and what needs to get done. We also, for sort of our key persona here, which is the installer, we want to make sure we have the best installation experience, right? Because installing solar environments it's very tricky. Things go wrong, and we want to make sure that we're there for them if something happens to go wrong, so they don't waste time at the site. And we pride ourselves on having a 10-minute or less commissioning time for the residential market, which I believe is industry leading. And if we hear otherwise, we'll just have to improve there as well. And then, as JD said, we want to make sure we reduce truck rolls. About 90% of our issues can be solved remotely with this platform. To me, this is one of the most powerful aspects of our platform is our ability to get at the most granular level. Every other inverter out there, every other solar company, they have monitoring solutions, but we really pride ourselves on being one of the first to be able to get to the lowest level of where power is being produced. And as JD said earlier, we're able to pinpoint a very specific module, one module out of tens of thousands in some cases, and actually show you what was going on at any period of time in every minute going back as far as that system has been producing. When you combine that granularity with the ability of aggregating things at the fleet level, this is where the true power of our platform comes together, right? And so when it comes to fleet management, really, what problems are we trying to solve? Well, we're trying to let the installer or the manager of the fleet figure out what's wrong with the system so that when they do go and do a truck roll, they're not having to spend hours on site either trying to figure out what's wrong or trying to call somebody for help. We want to advise them and say, look, this is exactly what's wrong. It's on that panel. You're going to spend 30 minutes on site. You're going to get in, you're going to get out, you're going to get on your way.
First of all, I think right now, solar is hardware and you have software that supports it. X number of years from now, we can guess what X is. I don't know. It's going to be a software system that the hardware supports the software. And I think installers are seeing it at various speeds, but we need to get the message out. And the message needs to come from other customers and installers. And that's what this project was all about. I was at RE Plus and somebody came by to interview me. And the first question I asked, and this was off the cuff, I said, so how many boxes about the size of that battery have you seen? And the person shook their head and they say, 100? Every single booth has a box that looks like it might be a battery, although it's usually empty because it's expensive to transport. So you've got all these empty boxes. And well, the funny thing is, right next to where we had our empty box, we had Archie demonstrating the software to a packed house. That's where we're going. And as we transition as a company, we needed a company like Mayfield and Robert's tremendous services to produce the information you saw. Don't hear it from us. Don't hear it from Mayfield. Hear it from the customer.